Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wild. Today we are talking about it's time to move to Grubhub. Customer claims DoorDash quietly rolled out new refund policy. So, as we all know, with DoorDash specifically, one of the most common things that they are known for is their loud yet quiet marketing strategy. So what they'll do is they'll promote this thing that they just did like it's the greatest thing in the world, but they'll quietly make edits so that way when we start to catch on to doing these great things, they're not as lucrative as they usually are. That's usually on the driver's side. This time we're getting the customer's perspective. So it's not just the drivers, the customers are getting screwed by DoorDash too. In this case, it's the refund policy, which is normally very abused, but I digress. So with that said, I want to go over what is being said in this article, how it actually is for gig workers, customers, and everything in between. So with that said, let's get started. A TikToker claims there's a new DoorDash refund policy that is unfavorable to customers, sparking discussion on the platform. Okay, let's be clear on any DoorDash policy, whether it's refund policy or what have you. There is no such thing as a policy that is not favorable to DoorDash. At the end of the day, any policy that's in place is going to be for the benefit of DoorDash, not the customer, not the driver, not the restaurant, for DoorDash, the company. The claim from creator Ghoulskidrule, whose video has attracted more than 542,000 views as of Sunday. The things you do for content, huh? I'm going to leave our TikTok as well as a profile in the description so you can develop your own opinions on the subject. The short video contains the bulk of its message. In the on-screen caption, it reads, "Thanks to y'all disputing on DoorDash, they started a new policy without telling nobody. Now I can't get my full refund if I'm missing my order or my food is half frozen." Interesting. So now, because the refund policy has been abused so often, they won't even give you the full refund anymore. But that said, was this person the type of person to abuse the refund policy, or did something else take place? Let's see for ourselves. The video includes a caption giving some background reading. "Only $4 and I paid $20 for the meal." Oh, so you only got like a fifth of the refund. That is so weird. Like usually it's all or nothing. Now they're just giving very partial refunds. According to DoorDash's website, there's a multi-step refund process in which the issue is reported, the refund is processed, and the charge is dropped or the refund is received. The site notes, after a refund is issued, when you'll receive it depends on when it was issued and the processing time of your specific bank. So here's the thing. That might be true, but at the same time, refunding only $4 doesn't even make sense. Like, it's a $20 order. How are you justifying only refunding $4 of the $20 order? A Shop Food article from November 22 noted, after delivery, you can request a refund from DoorDash if you are dissatisfied with your order. Customers can also cancel in-progress orders and request full refunds that have not yet been confirmed by restaurants or assigned by a Dasher in some situations. DoorDash may decline to issue a refund. You see that last line, DoorDash may decline to issue a refund? That's so that way they could do whatever they want anyways, because that's the kind of monsters they are. It added, DoorDash is not required to issue a refund for any issue related to your order, and all refunds are given on a case-by-case basis to prevent customers from abusing the app's refund system. Yeah, you see, while I don't agree with DoorDash's methods, I do agree with the main point there, which is the fact that the refund policy has been heavily abused for a very long time. And honestly, enough's enough. So whether there's a new policy in effect or it's the continuation of an existing one remains in question, but that didn't stop commenters from registering alarm over the video, because customers are going to be upset that they can't do something anymore, and good customers are the real victims here, because if something actually does go wrong, they're the ones on the receiving end of it. However, the ones who are abusing the system are the reason it happened to begin with. My whole meal was wrong and it was freezing and they gave me $5, one commenter claimed. I feel like the fact that it was freezing is probably because you didn't tip your driver. But the fact the whole meal was wrong, I feel like you ended up getting somebody else's order because they just never made their order. Y'all gotta fight for it now, another said. Dasher literally stole my order and I was on the phone for 2 hours before they finally gave me my refund. That person, in an exchange with another commenter, elaborated, they were literally at a different apartment complex for like an hour and I'm like, they at home and eating my food. In that case, I wouldn't be too mad about you being a Karen at that point, because at that point, you're on the phone for 2 hours trying to get a refund for an order that actually was stolen. So I get that. But how do you know they're at a completely different complex? Like, why didn't you contact DoorDash sooner? What's going on? I stopped using DoorDash after they told me I requested an unusual amount of refunds because they kept missing items on my orders and other reported. Because people have abused the system so often, good customers are on the receiving end of this the most. Because now they just can't get the refunds they need because there are missing items. Also, one pointed out to the creator, if the food is half frozen, I think that might be a restaurant issue, Lamau. It could be the restaurant, it could be how they're storing it, it could also be the customer didn't tip, so it just sat there for a long time. I just feel like there's a lot of questions. That led another commenter to reason, yes it is, that doesn't mean you don't deserve a refund. DD should go after the restaurant for reimbursement. They did for a long time. Things got out of hand to where people were being abusive with the refund policy, and now they gotta bring it down on the customers too, because that's not fair to the restaurants either. And someone claiming to be a DoorDasher said 10,000%, and as a Dasher, we can't look at the food, it's sealed. Yeah. We don't have the opportunity to actually see what's going on with the order. We just get a bag, we deliver it, that's it. Of course, we gotta make sure the name is right and all that, but overall, we can't see the food itself. Others still reminded those visiting the video that alternatives like UberEats and Grubhub exist. We stopped using DoorDash altogether because the food never came correct or hot. It was literally just a joke, a commenter observed. I get that it was convenient, but it's not worth the price. Okay, so 3 options were presented there. Use UberEats, use Grubhub, or just stop using the platform. All 3 of those are great options if you're in a market where DoorDash is just not good there. You got DoorDash drivers that steal all the time. You got restaurants that don't do their job or make it DoorDash customers like the last priority and make it really hard for DoorDash drivers. There's a lot of factors that can go into the concept that DoorDash is just not good for your market. That being said, does it also apply to UberEats and Grubhub too? Of course, but the things that happen on DoorDash the most may not happen as often with UberEats and Grubhub. And of course, you could always just opt out of food delivery altogether, either get it yourself or cook something. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me. There you go. Is it within DoorDash's MO to make a policy available to the world and then change the policy later on without saying nothing? Yes, that is literally DoorDash's MO. Is it within a customer's right to not use the DoorDash platform? Absolutely. Did DoorDash put this in place because people were abusing the refund policy overall? Yes. If your food is half frozen, you should not be ordering on these platforms. And if this is something that happens all the time, you're just putting yourself through that nonsense. That's not just the driver. That's not just the restaurant. That's on you too for continuously falling into that trap. You could be a great customer and knowing that this is happening all the time, you should not be on that platform, because that's not just abusive to the platform, that's abusive to yourself because you're continuously falling for the same trap over and over again, expecting a different result. All in all, I don't necessarily blame DoorDash for cracking down on customers, but I also understand the frustration of a good customer being upset that they're getting punished too. So stop gaming the system and start doing the right thing the first time, because good people are on the receiving end of this too. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!